Domingo não consigo dormir muito bem lá e tal, por causa que tem muito sol lá. Então dá umas 10, 6 horas da manhã, 7 horas da manhã começa a ficar claro e a parede do quarto eu durmo ali de frente com a rua, então fica uma barulheira de moto, mano. E fica aqueles filhos da. Os alto nome, né? Aqueles filhos de uma boa pessoa que passa com aquelas porra de mobilete ou moto buzinando, fazendo barulho. Isso às 3 horas da manhã, às 4 horas da manhã, depois às 6 horas da manhã, às 7 horas da manhã. Um pé no saco. Antigamente eu ficava até as 3, 4 horas da madrugada de boa. Hoje em dia, 22 eu já tô de cama. Mas você já tava trabalhando na época? Trabalho faz você ficar com sono. Que é foda. Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Tem alguma quest? Caraca, quanta conversa. Tô. Tá. Heloise. Rompe maldição. Grande bagunça. Eu parecia um zumbi. Tá maluco? Era na época que eu saía às meia-noite e 30 do trampo. Ah, tá. Ah, era a dose. Mas você também saía trabalhar mais tarde, né? Você não ia no horário normal. Você ficava. Sabe, fazendo horário meio que noturno, né? Ah, já tá batendo. Mano, já tá batendo sono. Falando de dormir, já tá batendo sono em mim, ó. E o pior que você fala, tipo, então não faça live e tal pra descansar. Mano, não adianta. Eu vou estar jogando, não consigo dormir. Chega da raiva, eu não consigo dormir. Deixa eu falar com a equipe. Eu não tenho quest não, caralho. As quests, eu não fiz as quests. Tem alguma coisa de errado aqui, tem que ter quest. Não, não tem quest não, tem que avançar na história. Entendi. Conversar aqui, passar com o cara aqui. Já avança na história, vamos ver aqui. Acho que ele vai falar com o Joshua, porque o Joshua deve estar dormindo ainda, não sei.
Good morrow to you, my friend. I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Troféu conquistado.
I have quite the find for you today. What subject shall we consider today? You are always welcome, Clive.
Se não me engano, eu acho que a gente vai ter uma parte aqui no jogo que a gente vai voltar pro Clive mais novo, quando ele tava bem jovem lá. Antes de tudo aquela coisa do ataque. Sem querer, tem uns outros canais que eu assisto, que são de Final Fantasy, que aí uma pessoa postou lá. E ela tá bem mais avançada que a gente em nível, nessas coisas, e ela tava jogando com o Clive mais novo. Eu não entendi o contexto, não quis saber. Acho que mais pra frente a gente vai ter. Alto clérigo. Se não me engano, esse daqui é o item pra poder melhorar os itens de cura. O que vem aqui? Mais doações, tá. Já vim aqui no equipamento. Acho que é esse medalhão aqui. É esse daqui. Não entendi. Aumenta o poder de cura das pessoas em 40%. Mas a outra aqui aumenta em 25%, mas outra é roxo. Qual que é melhor? Em lugares remotos onde médicos são encontrados, o trabalho de curar os feridos muitas vezes recai sobre homens e mulheres da igreja locais. Medalhões infundidos. Entendi. À primeira vista, parece uma relíquia sagrada capaz de canalizar o poder divino de uma forma de energia curativa. Na verdade, contém um pó Com esse catalisador aumenta. Se eu pensar assim, o que eu tô usando é melhor. Tomar no cu. Tem caçada que ainda não posso fazer. Vamos conversar com Otto.
Otto, how fares the realm?
The realm? Oh, she's just fine.
Agora vamos
As
atualizar.
long as you look past the fat storms out mother crystals and her skies are a roiling cesspit.
And Gav?
He's with your uncle in the Free Cities, helping Mid with her project. Sent an owl their way the moment the winds turned foul. Still waiting on a reply, though.
Do you have any good news?
Well, that depends on your definition of good.
All right, fine. What do you suggest we do?
Destruir o outro cristal.
I'm just a messenger. I leave the scheming to those more suited to the task. Could be that Lady Vivian and Old Tomes have their own thoughts on the current state of things. Could be that they don't. It certainly can't hurt to ask.
I suppose not.
Clive tá indeciso, será? Se bem que quando a gente destruiu o cristal, o último apareceu e deu uma de Sephiroth, né? Última Sephiroth, né?
How is it that every one of your little excursions presages some inexplicable catastrophe? Not that you are to blame for the Dominion's fate. No one could have predicted the actions of the Crown Prince.
I'm sorry I couldn't save your home.
My countrymen are stronger than you think. A few toppled clock towers won't break their spirits. They'll be back on their feet in no time.
Ai, que o Império invadiu a terra dela.
I hope so.
Look at us. Bluer than a pair of bog crabs. Tempting though it may be, sulking will not help us find a solution to this mess.
You believe there's one to be found?
I don't know. But I am certain we're more likely to find it if we first examine the facts.
Conte os factos. E como que tá a situação. Só tem um cristal agora, só.
Beneath these darkened skies, fear and confusion reign over Valisthea. Oh, the lands around the fallen mother crystals had already begun to wilt for want of ether. But not like this. Crystals that filled wells and fueled furnaces. Now nothing but pretty shards of rock. And those that hang from the people's necks cast nary a glimmer of light to keep the dark at bay. It is only a matter of time before the common folk convince themselves that the end of days is upon us. Yet I fear a swift end is more than we can hope for.
Ainda tá avançando?
While most of the world thirsts for ether, the remainder drowns in it, spawning Akashic in droves. And amidst the hordes of mindless beasts, with magics as like to fail as function, even the strongest nation would falter. Rosaria and the Iron Kingdom teeter on the brink of collapse, while the tragedy in Twinside has all but paralyzed the Holy Empire. Dalmekia fares little better. Rumor has it the ministers fled the capital after the fall of Drake's Fang, leaving their beloved republic to crumble. Waloed, meanwhile, moves in earnest. The Einherjar has been sighted off storm. The world, in short, is in chaos.
E a culpa é de quem?
It would
Nossa.
seem our civilization was nothing but a castle of sand, to be washed away at the whim of the waves.
E aquele lugar manchado ali onde a corrupção avançou?
A castle of sand.
Not my best flourish, but it seemed fitting. The reports I've received are considerably more blunt in their appraisal. Without the protection of their nations, it will fall to the people to defend themselves against those who would take what is theirs.
Which is only ever going to end one way.
Defending a farmhouse against a band of chocobo thieves is one thing, but pitchforks and palisades will do little to stall an army's advance. Should the King of Waloed deign to invade, there would be none to stop him.
None but us.
Também não sei o que aconteceu. O que será que aconteceu com o príncipe? Será que ele morreu ou ele também tá aqui dormindo lá na enfermaria com o Joshua? Eu tô me perguntando, tô me pensando assim, tipo, os cristais não estão mais funcionando. Será que eles vão pegar a galera que é portador e obrigar eles a ficar fazendo magia? Que eles já sofrem bastante, porque né, os portadores são pessoas que podem usar magia sem precisar de cristal, né? Só que quanto mais magia que eles usam, mais avança a doença que vai petrificando eles. Porque eles vão absorvendo muito éter pra fazer isso. Será que as pedras tá fazendo a escravidão comer solta aqui nesse jogo? Bora.
Let me guess. You're here about the skies.
Is there anything you don't know, Lawsman?
It doesn't take a court astrologer to augur the obvious. As for what has disturbed the heavens, that, I believe, is a question the Fallen might be better placed to answer than I. And on the 6th day, did the gods tear the sun from the firmament, visiting darkness upon their prideful sons and daughters. But I dare say you remember your childhood lessons on the sins of Zemeckis only too well.
You think they're connected? That Ultima was one of the gods responsible?
Well, he has certainly exhibited powers that we mortals would associate with the divine.
Uhum.
There is nothing divine about him.
But he wouldn't be the first god of whom that could be said, now would he? Yet for all the fairy tales that tell of the sins, there is almost nothing in the way of actual historical accounts. Had I the Journal of Moss the Chronicler, I may have been able to tell you more, but alas, I fear all remaining copies have been lost to time. You will forgive me, I hope?
Será que a gente vai ter que pegar isso aí?
Certainly not. Because there is nothing to forgive. Even without this journal, you've provided us ample wisdom. And we will always be grateful for it. Perhaps Otto will be more inclined to share his thoughts when he hears what the others had to say.
É. A gente já sabe o que tem que fazer, né? Ir pra Tormenta parar o Odin. Eu que achava que o Bahamut seria o último. Mas vai ser o Odin mesmo. Quer dizer, o último é a última. Por isso o nome é última. Mas... dos Eikons eu achei que o Bahamut seria o último.
Clive, I have a problem.
Only one. That would be a first.
It would. Actually, there are
Eita,
3.
3.
We had as many owls arrive while you were at the shelves. Martha's got a Akashic out her gates, and talk of monsters roaming the hills outside of Northreach has put the wind up Isabel and her lot.
And don't forget Dalamil. Lubor says the village was raided by bandits.
When it rains...
It fucking pours. The curse breakers are spread thin, taking stock of the damage in the Dominion. And even if I could get word to all of them, I doubt they'd get here in time to make any real difference. Which means... there's only 2 people who can.
Jill and I.
Let them know we're on our way.
Será que essa parte da história que a Jill vai dar os poderes? Já tá na hora da Jill passar os poderes da Shiva.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go.
Motivos para lutar. Ah, temos uma quest aqui, né? Ah, dos bandidos lá. Entendi.
Always something in there.
Eu tinha falado que aquele vilarejo, o cara que ajuda a galera que é escrava, mas que sempre tem segundas intenções, ele entra em guerra. Provavelmente é isso. Deixa eu ver aqui. Mano, olha, tem muito bicho que eu tenho que matar que eu não matei ainda. Punho rompido, Roséria. Punho rompido, Roséria. Acho que já posso sair daqui, né? Vamos ver se a gente consegue achar aqui. Treta ali e treta aqui. São 3 lugares que tá tendo treta. Beleza. Tem que resolver. Roséria. Repouso da Marta. Roséria Central. aqui já não é. Deixa eu ver. Eu chutaria que se fosse seria ou aqui ou aqui. Vamos vir pra cá. Eu vejo o mapa pra ver. Logo a gente já vai pro negócio da Marta e resolve a Marta lá. Pra cá, ô Marta. Que porra é essa, Marta? Você lembra uma vez que você falou comigo de ajudar a galera de stream que você fica assistindo a live da galera pra poder dar os viewers? Eu vi um. Não sei se é uma menina, um cara que postou falando que parece que isso não. Que não sei se isso não ia funcionar e tal. Que eles chamam de lookers, né? Você fazer lookers. Que tava com novas regras e tal pra fazer os lookers. Eu até vi como que funciona pra você dar visualização, né? Eu vi o que você precisa fazer. Não é só você deixar na live da pessoa. Você tem que deixar na live da pessoa com a tela grande, não pode estar com a tela diminuída e tem que estar com áudio, né? E aí você dá a visualização pra pessoa. E aí a pessoa, aí o cara, aí a menina que postou tava dando as dicas do que tem que fazer, que tem algumas regrinhas novas pra poder fazer isso. Senão não vai contar. Eu não esqueci que lugar que era. Putz. Docas. Onde que era que tava falando que o bicho tava? Travadela, não. Lago Leste também não é. Bosque Sombrio também não era. Punho Rompido também acho que não era. Trilha também não era. Crisda também não era. Gaverda. Gaverdela? Não, acho que também não era. Acho que era coisa com M, se não me engano. É, eu tenho esse problema aqui que. Minha memória vai que nem água. Bosta. Vamos indo pra cá, né? Docas. Ou eu vou fazer o negócio da Marta. Não é fazer aqui o negócio da Marta? Que eu realmente não lembro. Não, tá com todas essas regrinhas. Tanto que eu deixei ter. Não sei se eu deixei salvo, compartilhei, curti. Porque tava meio confuso pra mim também. Tem as técnicas de você conseguir aumentar as visualizações assim, no seu ali.
It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Kashik. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Ah. Sentar
Do you think there
porrada.
are as many as Martha says?
More.
Sentar porrada.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Dá pra vir por aqui ou a gente vai ter que descer?
Clive, wounded.
Ah, tá vendo os bichos e.
We deal with the Akashic first.
Eles estão mais fortes do que o normal. Não era pra usar essa, mas ok. Era pra ter usado. Tá usando. Era pra estar usando o negócio do Bahamut. Não sei porque eu esqueci. Será que me equipou?
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
Eita.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
Deixa eu ver. O problema é que eu não. Falar real, que eu não sei quem que eu troco aqui. Teria que ser a Garuda. É que esse puxão do Garuda é muito bom. O Fênix não tem como tirar, porque esse avanço aqui é a melhor coisa que tem. Principalmente pra boss. Daqui eu quase nunca uso pra boss. Ele é bom pra boss, pra você ficar no ar e tal. Quando tem aqueles ataquinhos no chão. Mas é também só você pular. Esse daqui, escudo. Bom, mas eu tenho. Também não sou muito de usar. Mas o que eu gosto do Garuda é essa habilidade aqui. Pra controlar a área. Junto com essa daqui, essas duas são muito boas. Essa daqui eu não curto. Eu curto essa daqui. Essa daqui é muito boa. Então acho que eu vou tirar aqui o Garuda, botar o Bahamut. Ainda não liberou pra poder colocar. Deixa eu ver. Não, não liberou pra colocar de outras. Será que eu tenho que deixar no máximo? Não. Vai ter essa habilidade aqui que eu acho mediana. Essa daqui. Eu vi uns vídeos da galera usando isso daqui. Achei meio meh. Vamos ver como é que vai dar. Nunca me dou com Bahamut.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rossfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Tartaruguinha.
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty. Over here!
Caraca, que pancada que tomei.
Get him! Over here!
Que isso? Os bichos ficam atrapalhando. Chato. Segui luta. Nem me deu um nível, hein?
Is anyone hurt?
Eu?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
Olha lá. Tem nenhuma potezinha ali, né? Não. Eles pegaram o reino deles de volta? Não, não pegaram. Não conseguiram pegar ainda. Nem é o foco ainda pegar o reino. O primeiro foco deles é destruir os cristais. Aí provavelmente enfrentar a última. E aí depois pensar no reino. Quem ele consegue trazer lá pro esconderijo, ele leva. Né? Por exemplo, eu acho que ele deveria pegar todo mundo que tá aqui e levar pro esconderijo. Mas a Marta não quer ir embora e muita gente não quer ir embora. Então, não dá. Tem o outro esconderijo lá do cara que ajudava as pessoas, que também deveria. Então, deixa eu ver. A região a deles aqui é essa parte aqui deles, né? É toda essa parte de Roséria, né? O reino deles é o Roséria. Então todo esse reino aqui é deles. Aqui é o negócio da Fênix, né? O portão lá portão da Fênix. Acho que o castelo do pai dele ficava por aqui, alguma coisa assim. Acho que é algo assim, algo por aqui. Boa parte do reino dele tá com... Aqui como que chama? A peste, né? A corrupção, né? Tá aqui. E essa parte aqui que era o reino deles. Aí tinha aqui o outro reino, que era essa ilha toda aqui, que era do outro reino, mas a corrupção também pegou. Né? Aí tinha esse outro reino aqui, né? De baixo. Que a gente destruiu aqui o negócio aqui do... O Titã, né? Daí aqui tinha um outro reino que tava em paz com o do Império, que esse daqui era todo o reino do Império, essa parte aqui. Toda essa parte aqui era do Império. A corrupção começou a chegar muito perto do Império e eles quiseram sair daqui e invadiram aqui. E aí se estabeleceram aqui. E o Barnabás, ele dominava toda essa região aqui. Mas como a corrupção pegou metade, então ele só tá dominando aqui essa parte. E, pelo que a gente descobriu, né, na última live, existem outras ilhas que são uma espécie de Japão, né? Aqui seria como se fosse a Europa. Então tem as ilhas lá Japão que não fazem parte, nem só são citadas pela espada, mais nada. É estranho, mas... Deixa eu continuar lutando.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
Get him. This one. Nice try. Get him. Get him.
Mano, até Chocobo. Mano, até o Chocobo tão nervoso. Nossa, que corte do nada.
Something's coming.
Ixi, piorou os bichos.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, so wait. Shall we? All yours, Torvald.
Bosta. Bosta, vou gastar outra poção. Mentira. Vai, 7. E não me deu nível ainda. Eu gastei 2 poções. 2 ou 3 poções, eu acho.
Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
Eu acho que deveria todo mundo se agrupar num canto. Formar todos esses exércitos aí pra proteger. Mas, né? Pelo menos me deu um nível aqui. Isso aqui. Ah, tá. Item que aparece no mapa do Clyde.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have
Ele quer ser meu companion. Aí nas treta que acontece esse cara com o companion vai morrer rápido.
than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
Manda ele pro quartel.
But a squire.
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
Ele vai ficar me acompanhando agora? Não, você não vai acompanhar eu. Ah, tá. Olha lá, ó, pra você ser o meu escudeiro, você tem que estar no nível do cachorro aqui, ó. Quando você conseguir se transformar, evoluir, dar essas piruetas que esse cachorro faz, aí você pode ser escudeiro. Até lá, tá longe. Tá muito longe. O cara vai achar que você tá desmerecendo ele. Não, não tô desmerecendo. Você vê o nível de exigência da equipe aqui. Bota ele pra duelar com o cachorro. Você vai duelar com o cachorro. Quem ganhar é escudeiro. Deixa eu ver aqui, meu negócio. Ai, deixa eu ver aqui que eu vi. Punho rompido. Ah, punho rompido. Tá, então a gente tem dois aqui, calma aí. Vou fazer um negócio aqui. Uma coisa chamada... Tem mais alguma em Roséria? Norte. Roséria também. Isso daqui. Dalmécia. Dalmécia. Aqui nem se sabe onde que tá o bicho. Esse daqui tá em Roséria. Esse aqui são vários. Meu Deus do céu. Toma cuidado com esse daqui. Não deve ser. Isso também não tem lugar. Vamos dar uma passada lá nos mapas de Roséria e tentar fazer um ou dois aqui. Aqui. Oeste da trilha de... Oeste da trilha. E não sei das quantas. Vamos começar aqui. Vamos ver aqui. Yanamon, uma coisa assim. Deixa eu ver. Ah, tem um bicho por aqui. Oeste, se for oeste, então ele tá por aqui. Acho que mais ou menos aqui. Né? Esse tá aqui. O outro tá no rompido. Punho rompido pra cá. Então ele deve estar ou aqui ou no meio aqui. Então já achei dois aqui. Dois norte. Boa Agostina. O Agostinho Norte, então deve estar aqui. Então, beleza. Esse é o mais difícil, Norte Agostinho. Então vamos vir pra cá. Matar esses três aqui. Acho que teve um massacre. Nossa, 500 de XP. Vou avançar pra ver se é por aqui. Ah lá, ele ali, ó. Eu não faço a minha ideia como que vai ser esse bicho, mas vamos lá. Mentira. Mentira. Menos um. Próximo local. Pra cá.
Run like the wind.
Deixa eu ver. E fala que era. Foi rompido. Ó, barata, calma. Aqui do... Voltei, gente. Matei a danada. Vamos lá. A descrição era norte. Não, oeste. Oeste. Seria pra cá, mas não tenho certeza. Não, acho que eu já saí. Os bichos daqui estão muito fortes. E eu... Pera aí, que esse negócio aqui? Vamos vir pra cá. Pronto.
No need to ride from here.
Get him! Go to him! This one! Kill! Go to him! Get him!
Não, não é aqui. É bem ruim de enxergar aqui. Ah, ali, ó, é o bicho ali, ó. O problema é que vai lutar com ele e vai lutar com vários outros bichos. Vou matar os bichos primeiro. São dois gigantes? São dois. É, mas um é o boss e outro é só um gigante comum. Então fica esperto. Vamos ver esse gigante daqui. Se ele é só um. Acho que ele é só um inimigo comum. Quer dizer, comum não é, né? Nossa, como que ele me pegou? Pegar fogo, bicho safado. Nossa. Fiquei na merda. Devia ter usado esse ataque não. Nossa. Deixa eu ver se dá pra subir alguma coisa aqui. Ainda não. Quero pegar essa habilidade aqui. Aqui seria uma boa. Mas... Vamos mais rápido. Salvar aqui. Vamos ver o que vai dar. Vou pegar uma pote. Vou aumentar esse bicho aqui. Pegou. Nossa, eu não vi. Eu fiquei olhando pra outra planta. Mentira! Eu esquivei isso daqui. Queima. Queima? Ele não morre. Isso conta como missão? Porque falou que era o oeste, né? E tem que ter. Normalmente tem que ter aquela apresentação de. Sabe o que eu tô fazendo aqui? Eu tô achando que eu tô matando o bicho. Tô matando, viu? Não é esse bicho aqui. Cadê? Vamos ver. Eu tô perdidaço. O que é isso daqui?
This one's awake.
São semelhante à pedra de arte. Também contém um campo de batalha virtual, que só o Clive pode acessar. Cada range oferece a Clive uma aprovação. Bater hordas contínuas de inimigos e um único icon. Tá, e o que eu ganho se eu fazer isso daí? Nada?
Let's see what's inside.
Vamos ver o que é isso daqui. Tipo, um survival, mas qual o benefício que eu tenho de fazer isso? Fase 1. Aprovação aí. Vamos ver. Técnica. Vamos ver. Quantos pontos que eu tenho? Ah, tá. Ele tipo... Não! Droga. Droga! Que droga de escorpião. Fudeu. Ah, bom. Assim concluída. Entendi. Eu não seleciono, né? Também não posso trocar. Eu não entendi nada disso daqui. É uma de 3 fases. Vamos passar para a próxima fase. Fase 2. Tá. Consigo marcar. Ah, aqui eu posso. Não posso trocar. Entendi. Você pode receber. Ou eu vou estar com essas. Não, não vou estar com essas técnicas. Vai, vamos lá. Eita. Vou conseguir passar isso daqui de um jeito. Meu Deus. Não vou conseguir passar. Porque eu tô todo ferrado aqui agora, matar esse bicho. Morri. Não tem nenhuma habilidade pra... Consegui. Ganhar um pouco de XP. Ai, droga. Morri. Você ataca de uma, toma do outro. Eu não vou conseguir passar isso daí. O que eu vim era caçada. Não tô achando cara da caçada.
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia.
Uma gosma ali, mas acho que aquela gosma não é. Será que ela é? Aqui. É esse cara aqui. Beleza, esse é o da caçada. E aquela gosma acho que também é. Vamos lá. Droga. Meu Deus, ele dá 2. E vai dar 1. Mano, como que pegou? Mentira. Consegui.
Locals will sleep easier without him at their gaze.
Eu não vou conseguir matar outro tão cedo. Agora aquela Cosma ali, ela... que rank será que ela é? Mas eu acho que ela é também. Precisava voltar pra base com propulsão. Deixa eu ver se é inimigo normal ou não. Algo me diz que não é inimigo normal. Não, acho que é porque tá com... Au. Ufa. Isso é normal, hein? Vamos sair daqui. Eu ganhei quanto de habilidade? É 2.700. Vou pegar essa habilidade. Tá aqui. Deixa eu ver.
Still alive, are you?
Poção.
Fine purse weighing you down.
Tem bastante.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Melhorar alguma coisa?
What's that for you, dear?
O calibre já é fraca. Electrum. Essa ela é mais fraca, né? Reforçar. O que dá pra reforçar aqui? Reforçar nada.
That it? Fine.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into Tyre?
Tá aqui.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw it.
Quantos vão completar? Esse aqui são do nível B. Isso. Esse é nível B. Norte. Não liberou nada aqui, né? Não, não liberou. É 200, 800 e...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous
850.
lot. All done?
Vamos pro próximo. Vamos pra próxima parte da história. Pra cá. Acho que aqui também tem uns. Eita, o povo aqui tá ferrado, hein? Aqui não foi qualquer coisa, não. Falar com ele.
Sid, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could talk to them.
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have wasted much of your precious time if you fail. They're just across the courtyard.
Vamos lá.
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
Vamos ver a treta.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandit's ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos, and the markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here,
Beleza, cara. Vai lá, bom descanso pra você. Até a próxima.
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costness. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. But in the meantime, perhaps we can find a solution to Dalamil's problems.
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Vamos ver aqui.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves, and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the ingredients. While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance the other's proposal, it may still be possible to make them doubt their own. Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city ourselves. Why fight each other?
When all that fear and anger can be directed at the bandits.
It appears we have a plan of action. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him of his folly. I'll speak with Natalie.
As you wish.
Your faces are not well known in this town. That may prove useful. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You need only play along.
Play along?
What he means to say is yes.
A gente sabe conversar. sei quem que é mais perto.
Picture it, Conrad. You're all... Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you call the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
A Jill foi boa.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would... I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for winter.
Indeed, certainly that is the case. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks of barley and wine, driving the prices higher than most commoners can afford. It is only a matter of time before the peasants revolt.
It is worse than I thought. If what Lord Underhill says is true, I fear we have little hope of supplementing our stores, meager though they regrettably are. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits' likely return. Which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive. Your performance was nothing if not workmanlike.
She saw right through it.
I didn't say it was good, merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
Vai vindo muito bom, pontuação.
Not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
Little I can.
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to.
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want the whole damn town.
I have a favor to ask. I'm told the bandits march in 2 groups, one from the south and one from the desert, in a move doubtless intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I do mean us.
I thought you might say that.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
Vamos lá pra treta.
No women folk that welcomes.
I'll take that one.
It's all yours. Stay down!
Saia daqui.
They mean to overwhelm us.
Ixi. É pouco ainda.
The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Esse é o pressa de vocês? Vocês andam? De correr, gente.
Natalie, I owe you an apology. You did well out there. The inn would have been lost had you not held the line.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad. You saved Dalamil.
We all saved Dalamil.
Conrad seems to have had a change of heart.
I'd say they both have.
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either. Pity.
The plan worked, Sid. Granted, it only took an army of bloodthirsty bandits at our gate.
Calm now, Victor. Why quibble over the details? We are united, and that is all that matters. As for you, Sid, you fight considerably better than you act.
I'll take that as a compliment.
E 5 já dá pra pegar o item lá do... Eu vou ter que fazer, mano. Eu vou ter que farmar esse jogo. Eu vou precisar farmar. Vou farmar em off isso daqui. Tentar pegar aí uns 5 níveis. E bastante AP. A última fez um estrago, hein? Bem. Voltar pra base. Pegar o que precisa pegar aqui. Ah, eu acho que não é 80, é 85, né? E eu tô com 80. Preciso, tá faltando 5 pontos, quer ver?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Por isso que não liberou ali, ó. Tá faltando.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, sir.
900. Pontos de habilidade, ok. Bobina, âmbar. Medalhão, escova. Aqui é ponto de habilidade. Ponto de habilidade é bom.
Come again. I may have more for ya.
Quantos pontos de habilidade que eu tenho? Nem vi. Tô com 1.600. Faltou pouco. É 1.700 e pouco. Foda porque chega. Chega outro poder e eu não consegui upar. Vamos lá, vamos pro terceira parte do mapa. Pegar amanhã pra fazer isso.
First we find Isabel.
Ah, eu achei que ia ser aqui, né? Deixa eu vir aqui ver se como é que tá aqui. Eu quero ver como é que tá a guerra aqui primeiro, antes de ir lá ver Isabel.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
Que ainda não foram pra guerra. Mas eles vão ir.
You haven't much, but you're free to look. Good day.
Lá com Isabel, vamos então. Vamos lá. Mas ó, tá pra ver que tá bagunçado aqui. Não sei. Me parece que tá bagunçado. Como é que tá o negócio lá do Império? Porque o Império saiu daqui, né? Não tinha pernas, eita.
More arrived from the capital.
Ixi, cadê ela?
My lord. Milady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Vamos atrás dela. O que acontece? O Império ele vazou daqui, né? Muito estranho. Ah tá, ela veio pra cá. Pensei que ela tinha ido pra aquela cidade lá na frente. Menos mal, ela tá aqui ainda.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And thought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
A Jill não gostou que ela deu uma cantadinha ali. A Jill já cortou no ato.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Ixi.
Leave that to us.
O vilarejo acho que já era.
My family.
Don't leave me.
It's all right.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, They came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then they were just gone.
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right. Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
I assume you have a plan?
It was all they could do to escape.
Dá pra ver que tá com um Ether aqui no campo. Olha lá as criaturas ali. Agora vamos ter que ir pra base lá, pra ver o que aconteceu. Ah, acho que eu sei que criatura que são. Essas aparecem. A céu da foice, quer ver?
Clive, look.
I see them. With me. Get them. This one. Get him.
Should I prime?
Save your strength.
Dominar um pouco esses.
It's over. This one. Let's try.
Thanks, boy. Nice try. Nice try.
Conseguiu? Acho que eu consegui, hein?
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
Ah, mas olha olha o vilarejo. Nossa. E se no vilarejo tiver alguém?
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit, but whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. And the people I love include the ones standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one, and that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
Deixa eu dar pra upar ali certinho.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Mas antes, deixa eu pegar a habilidade aqui. Essa daqui, né? Daí a próxima que eu vou upar vai ser essa daqui. Vamos aqui com os... Tirar essa daqui. Dá triângulo. E essa daqui vai ficar um gigaflama. Pronto. Por enquanto é isso. Deixa eu ver. Toma feras. Dá um save. voltei. Podia ter ido pro 38, poderia, mas não fui. Deveria, mas não fui. Olha. Ah, tem coisa aqui, ó.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Acho que agora eu vou pegar os pontos. É bom, que eu vou poder usar pra poder upar ali o negócio e deixar guardado alguns pontos também.
You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
200. Pegar esse aqui e pronto. Aí esse aqui também. Aí os outros vão ficar guardados pra quando vier aqui, eu acho que é a Shiva.
Was wondering when you turn up. Had ours from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the color of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
Nível Joshua.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua!
Clive! It's Gav! There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive!
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Viagem para amigos. Side quest. Nada de arma nova. Caraca, quanta side quest. Deixa eu ver. Quem está na PT? Vamos aos 4 PT. Tecnicamente teria. É que o Cid já foi, né? Mas teria o Cid também. Né? Vamos pegar todas as side quests.
Blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped? Yvonne had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are
Vou
not what I
pegar as
thought.
side quests
At least I hope
e
they're not, given the rancid mess
a
they
gente
made.
finaliza por
Yvonne
hoje.
said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Tá na orelha dessa mulher, viu? Ela tá me ameaçando, olha só.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Ah, são mais simplesinhas, né? Vamos lá, próxima quest. Tem uma aqui. É lá no negócio de plantação, eu acho.
It seems the hideaway is lost its...
Ah, goats.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dalimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Mais a quest aqui. Tem mais algumas? Tá, tem mais uma aqui. São 4 side quests. Vamos ver aqui o item que veio. Enxape dos cortiões. Tá faltando muito item que eu nem tenho. Carta, vamos ver. Guardiões, tá? Agradecendo. Também agradeceu. Isabela também agradeceu.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Beleza. Outra coisa também que eu tenho que ver. Ah, não posso sair. Dá pra ver aqui se aqui tem. Enquanto as sidequests são tudo aqui. Vamos conversar com alguns aqui. Tentar algumas.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocence, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Tomou esporro.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
That the rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
I suppose it is.
Aí avança pra atualizar, mas eu não posso sair agora. Vamos pro próximo aqui.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they've slaughtered every single one of us!
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
And just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others? This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
Right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track. These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans, By the chains?
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's heirs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, heirs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Bem, gente, então. Aí na próxima live a gente continua, porque são bastante quests que a gente vai ter que fazer e algumas quests vão mandar pra fora. Então a gente só tira as quests que estão aqui, vão mandar pra fora. E aí a gente avançar na história, a gente continua com as 7 quests, beleza? Então, gente, eu vou indo nessa. Boa noite a todos. Valeu a presença de cada um.